everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of teams who come off losses just 1 week ago and now want to flip things back in a positive direction. It's the Vikings going up against the Bears. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
We were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
When I talk with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina, those that had questions about him, they often centered in on the fact that he was only a one-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
First carry now for Jordan Howard, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
Jordan Howard had an exceptional rookie season, finishing number 2 in the NFL in rushing with over 1,300 yards. But what I like about him the most, it reminds me of a crafty baseball pitcher who sets up hitters, changes speeds, changes locations. He does the exact same thing in terms of setting up blocks and reading defenses before he accelerates downfield.
Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, here's Trubisky. Out left to Shaheen. And, right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. But calling luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go.
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back, right near the 39. First down, they run with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And a look at got the Vikings defensive unit.
Let's take a second here to talk about cornerback Xavier Rhodes. And what I love about his game, his long arms and strong hands. When you put him in press coverage, it's really hard for receivers to get off the line of scrimmage and get into their routes.
Had what most thought was his best year in 2016. The trophy case agrees. His first Pro Bowl. Seven yards to go on second down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
Here at 2nd and 12.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
They go with Howard again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
On third down, Trubisky. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback from Houston, and that's Case Keenum.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Now there's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Keenum going to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
Minnesota had a very optimistic vision of what they would do on offense in 2016, but a couple of key injuries altered that landscape. Running back Adrian Peterson and quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. That led to them scrambling throughout the season to try and fit together their offense, try to put the running game and a new passing game together, and instead of having a big year, they finished 28th overall in total offense.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st down, it's Keenum. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't fit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this 1st series. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And Murray's still down. Maybe shaking up that go-around. Let's hope he's all right. We'll check on his status when we get back. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. From the gun, here's Keenum. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. The first carry now for Bishop Sankey. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2.
The unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on third downs. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a third down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll try to run it with Sankey. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. Toss play. Here's Sankey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Bishop Sankey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down, and that's complete. It's Sims. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 93 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On the toss play, Howard. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They tried to get the edge there, no edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And the sideline gives you as a defender an extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
Play clock winding down. Again, it's Howard. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Sankey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 55 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. They run again with Sankey. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
Out of the gun, Keenan. And that is incomplete. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense. Well, it's not unusual to know that Kai Portbath has kicked for multiple NFL teams, right? Washington, New Orleans. They took over the Vikings job when Blair Walsh ended his tenure there when he was struggling. How about his start with the Vikings, though? Made 15 straight.
Yeah, he took over in Week 10, and you're right, hit every field goal the rest of the season. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 24-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 10-zip our score, and we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Trubisky with a give to Howard, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, it's Cook. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On play action, now Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is.
And that's caught inside the 30. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A give. This is Cook. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down right near the 27. Jordan Howard and the Bears offense making their way back out there. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Trubisky trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now.
Here we go now.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. He's able to hit Joshua Bellamy and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Worth noting, the largest deficit the Bears have ever overcome in their long history, 20 points against the Cardinals in 06. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here we go now.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. They find some open field here. Past the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they'll bootleg it here with Keenum. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fresh set of downs here.
Let's go.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Cook, and this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On second down, Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Keenum now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Jordan Howard and the Bears offense making their way back out there. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at no, check, Patriots.
They'll give to Howard. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37th. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's got to be good.
You tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here we go now. 319. 319. All right, now, look at 56. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, look at 56. Leopard.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Trubisky on first down. And this is incomplete. Josh Bellamy, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They run with Howard. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. On first down, Keenum. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eddie Goldman able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground? When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he? No. Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling
to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bears trail at home at halftime. The Vikings have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. First and 10. Keenum's got the completion here, and he'll be tackled at the 11-yard line. Vikings now later on the drive. They'll go to the ground and pound here. This run caps off the drive with the score. The Vikings strike first in this one. Now 1st and 10. The deep ball is on target here, and he'll end up at the 25-yard line before being tackled. Vikings have it later on the drive. They run here with Dalvin Cook. And this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Vikings push the lead to 17. 3rd down from the 30. Under pressure here, the ball is picked off. Smith's in position, and he's the one who comes away with the ball. offense now with the shot after the pick. Keenum's going to find his mark, and it ends up working for a touchdown. The lead now at 24. Third down, inches to go. Howard stiff-arm a tip works perfectly, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Now let's get back up to Chicago as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run the counter with Cook. Room here to run. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
And some room to work. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last. Last two possessions, the running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd and 10, Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, here's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson. But Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Back to throw, Keenum. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jonathan Bullard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Throwing now is Keenum. He goes underneath for Sankey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd down, 9 yards to go.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this, and he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Don't know if we saw too much of that on the college tape. Trubisky using his legs to pick up the 1st.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Detroit. Detroit. Here we go. 319. 319.
Now Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 5 yards there, and remember, Howard last year, 5.2 yards per rush, so right around his average. The only Bears running back that's averaged that many yards per carry in a single season, Walter Payton.
And if Jordan Howard can keep up that type of pace, the city of Chicago will surely embrace him.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 1st and goal, Howard. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So they're going to go for 2.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Now it's Trubisky. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
That was second down run for Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Off play action. Keenum. And that is incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They run. This is Cohen trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Time running out here on the play clock. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he fires one, but incomplete. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And my goodness, this is incomplete. John Fox displeased at how that turned out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it's 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Let's go! Blue landed!
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Lamar Houston coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Jordan Howard and the Bears offense making their way back out there. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be knocked down sideways. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. In not great starting field position here for the offense. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through, but still backed up near the goal line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 91 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Forbath to add the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Blue line. Blue line.
Trubisky will throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Trubisky, flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now Cohen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The play clock's running down. This is Howard on 2nd down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Let's go. Green.
Now Trubisky. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up 1st downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Trubisky. That's caught left side by Bellamy, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So they're operating in the red zone.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Trubisky to throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Josh Bellamy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And out now come the Vikings. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to do is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands.
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even changed game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Again, Cunningham here on the ground. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They go with Howard again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dontrell Inman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Nugent on now for the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go back to Murray on 1st down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. 2nd and 5. Handoff. It's Murray. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a give. This is Murray. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.
Scouting points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Coming out of yesterday's practice, we all must have been good enough. Today's practice, it's got to be great. Game day's coming fast. Let's go out here and let's be great, okay?